Now we have proclamations and presentation where the City Council, City Manager can issue encouraging statements to recognize city staff. Mr. Kaufman?
At this time, I'd like for Pat and Michael to meet me up front, and if we could play that video while we're up here.
Our most improved airport of the year has been called the friendliest little airport in Texas. But until November 2022, the number of guests to receive its hospitality was limited to those who could safely use a runway only 3,600 feet long. Prior to November, our airport had the shortest runway among similar airports around the western Dallas-Fort Worth airspace. With the community's continuing economic growth, largely fueled by tourism and supported by general aviation, the expansion of the airport was necessary to keep pace with demands. Major improvements were necessary, and it was going to require ingenuity, cooperation, and funding. Lengthening the existing runway was not an option. A longer runway was going to have to be a new runway. Taking the new runway project from concept to completion included hurdles such as land acquisition, transmission line relocation, an environmental assessment, updates of the airport layout plan, development of design packages, approach development, and 3 phases of construction, all required intricate and precise sequencing. City staff realized a project of this magnitude required a master plan update. As a proactive measure, the city used local funds for the update, ensuring that the master plan was in place when the new runway was completed. Key local elected leaders and community stakeholders were brought together by city leadership to explain the vision for the project and its positive impact on the region. Support gradually gained altitude, and over the years, it continued to climb. Still, the question of funding a project this size remained. The typical TXDOT aviation project is funded 90% federal and 10% local. A project of this magnitude required significantly more local funding. With a long-term commitment from the community, city leadership began aggressively pursuing construction of a new runway, knowing that ultimately the city would be responsible for approximately half of the $32 million in total project costs. Monumental plans at the Granbury Regional Airport have now become tangible improvements. A new 5,200 by 75-foot runway, full-length parallel taxiway, new 8,000 square yard terminal apron, new LED runway edge lighting, new precision approach path indicators on both ends, new air-filled electrical vault, and conversion of the former runway into a taxiway. It's with great pride that we honor Granbury Regional Airport as the most improved airport of the year.
So at this time, I would like to acknowledge a lot of people for this award. First off, I'm giving this to Pat and Michael. They've been so instrumental in every detail of the projects that we've awarded for that construction. And like I told the TXDOT staff at this banquet we went to last week, I just simply hired good people and got out of their way. So it's really neat to see that. But more importantly, back in September of 2016, we presented to the council a plan to move forward this airport, and they voted yes unanimously. So with that in mind and all the support that we've had, we got Pat here who's going to hand you all this plaque. And we want to thank you as the council for supporting us to be a success in this endeavor. Without the bond funds, without this ongoing support of budgeting, we would have never been able to get this accomplished. So thank you very much. I also like to say that we had some great folks with our engineering firm, KSA, and a gentleman named Joseph Garcia worked day and day and day to help save money on every step of this project as we went along. As we bid this project, we fully anticipated we were only going to have enough money to build the runway, not the taxiway, not the parallel taxiway. We were going to have to do that at a future time. But we had over 500,000 tons of rock to move. We had no idea what that was going to end up costing, and Mr. Garcia was able to negotiate and help us get that contractor to give us a firm price. It was much lower than we thought, and we were able to build that runway in conjunction with the taxiway. And so now then, as we move forward, I just want the public to know we've got 24 box hangars scheduled to be built, 15 acres to be developed for flight maintenance facilities for jet service, and we've got all kinds of things in the future economic development of the airport. What we anticipated taking 5 to 10 years to develop is going to happen in 30 months. And so we've got a great airport board that's supported us all the way. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for all that y'all have done to help us keep this on track. This started back in 2006 and 2007. It didn't just happen overnight. And by the time that 2016 rolled around, it was time to either get with it or forget it. And fortunately, we were able to move forward successfully and get what we've done accomplished. Strong council making great decisions. Tony Mobley was part of that. So thank y'all. Y'all have anything you want to add?
Thank you for being that 2016 leader for staff and taking it to City Council and getting it done, because that was pivotal. Yes, sir. And thank you, Pat, for being here.